Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is August 23rd, 2025, and we are looking at Proverbs chapter 23. Proverbs 23 and verse 13 and 14. This week, yesterday and today, we have had the opportunity to have my amazing grandson, Caden, stay with us. I love him. I love all my grandchildren, but this is the first time that we have ever had any of our grandchildren stay at our house with us. For a long time, it was because we had a dog that wasn't friendly to children. It was also because we didn't have a space for them because my dad was here. It was because, well, quite honestly, it was just difficult to get them here. But we had the opportunity to pick my grandson up on Thursday, and he will be taking him home this evening, and to spend some time with him and let him see what Papa and Nana do when they do life. And we honestly didn't change a whole lot of what we do. Yes, I did take him out and let him help me wash the motorcycle yesterday. And quite honestly, between you and I, it'll get washed again soon because he was adamantly convinced he did an amazing job. But he's only 6, and his attention to detail is twisted at best because, well, he is my grandson and squirrels are real in his mind. Yeah, and I don't mean real squirrels. I mean just anything. Look, Papa, look at this. And I went in and I did a little after him just so that he could see that he did a good job, but I finished it for him and I let him rinse it off, and he got wet and I got wet. And then a little bit later, because he was too small to actually reach the pegs on the bike, I couldn't take him for a ride like I had hoped. But I did put him on Grace, which is our 97 Electra Glide Classic with the Voyager trike kit. And because of the extra stability, I drove him around our yard. And we've got a decent-sized yard. It's about 7/10 of an acre, and I drove him around the yard, and he got to experience riding on the motorcycle and hearing it rev up. He got to experience the idea that there might be dangers. As we were riding around the yard, there were things that he would yell, "Look out, Papa! Be careful, Papa!" And he was enjoying all of his time. But there's one thing about his trip here to spend time with Nana and Papa that I don't think he was expecting. He thought that hanging out with Nana and Papa was going to be absolute fun and games and playing and all of those things. And yet he didn't realize that Nana and Papa understood the importance of teaching Caden about what real life is. Caden participated in our day yesterday. He got to go with us to coffee and prayer, and he participated in the time of prayer. He got to go with us to church for Bible study. He got to pray over the food. He got to experience all of our friends at Narrow Path Christian Church. He got to see what we do in life. And he also got to experience that there are real boundaries and that they cannot be crossed. And when a boundary is put in place, a boundary is not a boundary unless there are circumstances and consequences that will be imposed. Proverbs 23, 13 and 14, it says this: "Do not withhold discipline from a youth. If you beat him with a rod, he will not die. Strike him with a rod, and you will rescue his life from the grave." Now, I am not a fan of spanking. I'm not. And yet, my grandson got 3 swats yesterday. Not because and not horribly hard, but he did get swatted to let him know that his defiance against authority would cause consequences that were painful. See, the reality is, guys, in real life, you as an adult, when you defy the authority that's over you, you will experience consequences that are painful. If you're an addict, you already know that to be true. If you're not an addict, well, you've learned the lesson earlier than I did, because I could endure a lot of pain, and so painful didn't teach me nearly as well as it might have. But verse 15 sums it all up. We discipline and show them that boundaries are real and negative consequences are necessary. But verse 15 brings it all together as to why. My son, if your heart is wise, my heart will indeed rejoice. My innermost being will cheer when your lips say what is right. Last night when my grandson was talking to his dada on the video chat, Dada asked him what he did, and he related all the fun things he did. But one of the things he related, he was so proud. Proud papa moment. And we prayed. He related that as proudly as he did, he rode the motorcycle. He didn't relate that he had to get smack on the butt for disobeying Papa. He didn't relate that he got a talking to by Nana. He related that he prayed. That warms my heart. Negative consequences are the necessary outcomes of boundaries. And they have two options. They can jade us and make us so we don't feel pain. Or they can make us see the world around us. If we start the children young, they can learn those lessons. I'm grateful for Solomon and his wisdom and him sharing it with us. Hopefully you are as well. Yes, my friends, you are children to God, and sometimes he has to not spare the rod. Consequences are real. I experience those. But they are so precious. Matter of fact, I was reading that sometimes we get consequences because of somebody else is stupid. And yet, we can be seen as right and just and true and pure in our response to those. Something to hold on to as we go into our day. Guys, I love you all. For all of you out there in Maggie Valley, enjoy. I bet you enjoyed your ice cream last night. And I am hoping, beyond hope, that today, in your time of fellowship, devotion, and all of that, that you experience more of God than ever before. And that's my prayer. Love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.